What's up, Exo Swag TV fam? I know it's been a minute. I've been a little busy and slowly but surely getting my YouTube set up together. So hopefully the next time I record, this background will be different and, just give it a little more style and flair. I couldn't not post today because a lot happened in music, so I wanted to discuss in For the Culture Friday. So the biggest thing I wanted to talk about is Chris Brown is going on tour. So he is doing Breezy Bowl, which is celebrating 20 years of music for him. If you're an OG Chris Brown fan like me, he's been out since 2005. His self-titled album, Chris Brown, is kind of what introduced him to the music world, and he's been, doing it ever since. So he is doing a Europe leg and a North American leg. So the tickets, I think, go on sale on the 1st of April. In select cities, and you just make sure you pay attention. They're already on sale on SeatGeek, so make sure you're in the building. Speaking of Chris Brown, he's featured on a song Bow Wow dropped called Use Me. I actually listened to the record this morning. I really liked the record. If you were a big Ja Rule fan or Murder Inc. fan back in the day, Ja Rule dropped a song called Down For You featuring Ashanti and Charlie Baltimore. And the Bow Wow and Chris Brown single actually features that beat. So it was kind of like a nostalgia feel. I really like it. And I like when they collab together because Shorty Like Mine and Ain't Think About You, those were my songs back in the day. So take a look at that. Well, take a listen to that and tell me what you think. Who else dropped today? We had Carrie Hilson, Miss Carrie, baby. Now, if you are, again, a Carrie Hilson fan, she used to be really popular back in like 2009, 2010 era. So she had dropped 2 albums, but before that, she was a really, really well-known songwriter. And rumor has it is that she did an interview and she spoke about how she wrote some songs for Beyonce. Apparently Beyonce didn't like it. And they're saying that she was blackballed because of it. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I do know she stepped away from music for a while. She had married like a NBA player for a few years, and then she kind of just started to focus on acting. So acting had done pretty well for her, but according to a recent interview she did, she is stepping back into music, and her first single she dropped is called Bae. So that song actually samples Hurricane Chris. If you remember him back in like 2006, he dropped a song called Ay Baby. Ay Baby, her song samples that. So give that a listen. And she's supposedly dropping her album April 18th. So be on the lookout for that. Lil Durk. So last week, Lil Durk dropped his song Can't Hide It featuring Jhené Aiko, and social media world went crazy because it was a kind of unexpected collaboration. And it showed the softer side of Durk, and it also showed the freakier side of Jhené Aiko that a lot of people like. So I like that song. He ended up dropping the album today. And the album is titled Deep Thoughts, and it features Lil Baby, Jhené Aiko, of course, Huncho, and Future, as well as it had about 17 tracks, but I want to say those are all the features that he had. Some of my favorites are Shaking When I Pray, which is the intro. I like Turn Up a Notch 1,000 Times, and of course Can't Hide It. He talks about like prescription pills, his lean addiction, his relationship with India, rehab, and basically the issues that he's experiencing now that he's, in jail, the people that I guess he thought would be there, how they haven't shown up for him despite all that he's done. So if you're a Durk fan, I would give it a listen. I give the album a solid 7.6 out of 10. I really did enjoy listening to it, and it does have some replay value if you're into that type of sound. Will Smith actually dropped an album titled Based on a True Story, and he's been trending because in the song Looking For Me, I believe it's called, he speaks about the whole Oscar slap with Chris Rock, and he talks about how complicated things are with him and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith. So things have been kind of silent for them for a while. We haven't heard too many things or too much drama from them, but he did address it in the song. So I'm not a big Will Smith music fan. I am more of a Will Smith, the movie actor fan. So I haven't fully finished the album. But if you're into his album or his type of music, or if you want to, see what he's talking about, I would give the album a listen. I just haven't. Ariana Grande, she dropped a album, I think it's called like Eternal Sunshine or something like that. I did start to listen to that, and it's very pop And she also has some like melody and some ballads on there too. So I would definitely give that an opportunity to. In other news, Nav, if you are familiar with him, the artist is NAV, but I pronounce it Nav. If it's wrong, don't fight me. He dropped an album titled On My Way To Rexdale. So I haven't gotten a chance to listen to that yet, but if you're a Nav fan, I would give that a try. And, you know, comment, let me know if it's worth the listen. Ari Lennox, in honor of her birthday yesterday, she dropped a song titled Soft Girl Era. So it's kind of light, it's kind of airy. If you're familiar with Ari Lennox, she makes very like sensual, kind of like, I don't want to say women empowerment, but just like songs about confidence and exuding your femininity. So this kind of is on brand for her. It's a little more upbeat. So if you're looking for one of her slower ballads, this is not the song for that, but it's a cute record. Not my favorite from her. I would probably give it maybe like a 5 out of 10. It was just okay. And I did listen to it multiple times. It's just okay. I don't see myself listening to it on like adding it to my library, but if it comes on somewhere, you know, I would probably like, you know, I wouldn't be like disgusted, but it's just not one of my favorites from her. Say the Baby, if you're familiar with him, he's a Detroit artist. My first introduction to him was in 2020 when he dropped Whole Lotta Choppers remix with my girl Nicki Minaj. So I won't say I'm a Say the Baby fan, but he did drop an album as well, and it's titled Bridge Card Blessings. So if you're into kind of like, as they call it, trap music or something like that, it may be worth the listen. Along the lines of that, Money Man dropped, and his album is titled Insomnia, and Kevin Gates dropped I'm Him Too, which came out, I want to say last week, but I had an opportunity to listen to it this week, and I would give that project maybe a solid 6.5 out of 10. I like Kevin Gates. Just sometimes he's a little outlandish. What I do like about the album is, you know, as usual, he gets personal, he gets deep. So I would say the project is worth listening to. My favorite on that would be Pressure, No Pressure, I believe. And that's the main one I could think of. Because again, I wouldn't say it's like something I want to listen to all the time, but I would say it's worth the listen. Singles wise, we talked about Ari Lennox, we talked about Carrie Hilson, we talked about Bow Wow and Chris Brown. I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong. He's a Haitian artist. His name is Joey Duet File. He dropped his remix to For Campe. Again, I'm gonna show it, but he dropped his remix with Burna Boy, and it's a very, you know, Caribbean. If you like compa music, which is the Haitian style of music, it's a very smooth record. I actually liked it. I would give that one maybe like a 8 out of 10. I love Burna Boy, so I could be being biased, but overall, like I actually think the record is nice. Rima's song, Baby Is It a Crime, right now has me in a chokehold as far as Afro beats goes, but this song is, you know, a solid record to listen to. So I want to say I touched on all the newest music I can think of that came out. Let me know of any additional albums you guys have listened to that you think are worth listening and worth mentioning. Let me know what you think about the projects that I just spoke about, if you've listened already, if you plan to listen. And hopefully I'll see you guys back next week. Until next time.